Hi, this is Brian from Insight Schools. We're out today talking to people on the street about documentary films and what their thoughts are. So let's get a view of what people have to say. So you were talking about a documentary film that impacted you. Tell us a little bit about that and what some of your views are about it and how it affected you.
I saw the documentary Promises, which is about Israeli and Palestinian children in 7th grade, and that was in the same year, pretty much right after 9/11 happened, and so my English teacher thought it was really important to show us that. And yeah, it got me thinking a lot about, the war hadn't even started yet, but about the differences, the difference it can make when people just get to play with one another, just get to do something that's so human, have fun.
It was a documentary on Edgar Cayce, who is somewhat mysterious. He was considered the sleeping prophet and a psychic, and I thought it was interesting because he never wrote any books, and people just documented things that he said, and so it was interesting to get all these different little bits of information all together in one documentary.
I've seen a few of them, and I think they can be a lot more interesting than a movie just based about a sort of topic, instead of they're actually talking about the actual topic and using factual information instead of making a fictional movie about it. And I feel like it's a lot more informative to me. So
I think the most recent one I saw was it was called My Kid Could Paint That, and it was about this little girl who apparently was this phenomenal artist or whatever, and she would do abstract paintings, and the controversy was whether or not her dad was helping her do the paintings or not. And what I did like about the documentary is how the filmmaker kind of stepped back and left it kind of open-ended at the end of the documentary.
So someone like a Michael Moore that is somewhat more controversial, what are your thoughts about someone who makes a film to actually instigate reaction? What are your opinions on something like a Fahrenheit 9/11 or Bowling for Columbine?
I feel like stuff like that I have to kind of take with a grain of salt, and mostly I feel like it's just for entertainment value, because the facts seem skewed and it's so one-sided that I can't really see it and want to get behind that issue.
I guess I saw Bowling for Columbine fairly recently, I guess, and I really liked that. It was part of a class on peace issues and gun control, and I thought it was really provocative, and it was it presented factual information, but in an interesting way, and I liked that about it.
For me, it more enhance the feelings that I already had towards certain subjects, but I know that for some people it can definitely change their ideas, which just talking and arguing with someone might not do. So I feel like they can be very persuasive in that way.
After watching it, he was forcing his opinion, or telling you to believe whether or not this girl was doing these paintings or the dad was actually helping out. So I think I prefer a documentary that leaves it a little more open-ended to your own opinion about it rather than just shoving it down your throat. So
I thought it was really interesting because the kids were originally 12, so around my age at that point, and then they show them much later, about 16, and I thought it was really beautiful that just being able to play football with someone who they've been taught to hate, really, really hate, completely changed their views.
Because it kind of brings out everyone's kind of personal opinion, and he's really good at kind of getting people to think about how they feel about certain issues.
I don't know. I mean, it just teaches you to look a little bit farther into people. What's human there, as opposed to race or ethnicity.
I've definitely I'm able to talk about those subjects more once I've seen the documentaries about them.
It educated me, and I hope that has affected the way I am every day in some way.